The neon lights of downtown Seattle flickered like distant stars as I watched Jordan slam his fist on the poker table, his face flushed with defeat. "No way. Alex. You cheated," he yelled. But we both knew it was fair. He'd lost the bet. And now he had to pay up with a kiss. Right there in the crowded bar where our college buddies cheered like idiots. What started as a harmless dare exploded into something I never saw coming. Jordan's lips on mine. Tentative at first, then igniting a fire that burned through every wall I'd built around my heart. I froze in that moment. The taste of whiskey on his breath mixing with the shock of his warmth. Jordan pulled back, eyes wide. But instead of laughing it off like I expected, he stared at me with a hunger that sent chills down my spine. From that night on, every time our paths crossed at campus parties, late-night study sessions, or even grabbing coffee in the rain-soaked streets, he'd corner me with that pleading whisper, "One more round. Alex, just one more." We'd been friends since freshman year at the University of Washington, bonded over late-night video games and shared dreams of escaping our small-town pasts. Jordan was the straight-arrow guy from Idaho, all rugged charm with his flannel shirts and easy laugh. The one who dated cheerleaders and talked about settling down someday. Me. I was the quiet artist from Portland, openly gay but never pushing boundaries, content with sketching cityscapes and nursing crushes from afar. That poker night changed everything. It was a typical Friday in October, the kind where autumn leaves crunched underfoot and the Puget Sound wind carried a bite. Our group me, Jordan, our roommate Miguel from California, and a couple others had gathered at the Rusty Anchor, a dive bar near campus known for cheap beers and no questions asked vibes. The bet was stupid. Whoever lost the hand had to kiss someone in the bar, chosen by the winner. I didn't think twice when I pointed at myself, figuring it'd be a joke. But when Jordan's cards folded, his protest turned into action. His kiss wasn't just a peck, it lingered, his hand grazing my jaw as if discovering a secret. The bar erupted in hoots, but I barely heard them. Pulling away, Jordan muttered, "That wasn't so bad." But his voice cracked, betraying something deeper. We laughed it off then. But as the night wore on, I caught him stealing glances. His usual confidence fractured. The next day, hangover pounding, I bumped into him at the campus gym. Sweat dripped from his brow as he spotted me on the treadmill. "Hey, about last night," he started. But before I could brush it off, he leaned in close. "One more round. For practice." My heart raced. Was this a game? I nodded. And in the empty locker room, his lips found mine again, this time with urgency, like he'd been starving. What followed was a whirlwind of stolen moments. We'd meet at the library, pretending to study, but end up in the stacks, his hands exploring tentatively, whispers of "one more" echoing in the quiet. Jordan's obsession grew, but so did the tension. He wasn't out hell. He wasn't even sure what he was. "This is just fun, right?" he'd say after. But his eyes pleaded for more. One evening, as rain pelted the windows of our shared apartment, Miguel cornered me. "What's going on with you two? Jordan's been acting weird." I shrugged. But inside, guilt gnawed. Was I pushing him? Or was this real? That night, Jordan showed up at my door, soaked and desperate. I can't stop thinking about it. "Alex, one more round, please." We tumbled into bed, clothes shedding like old skins, his touch electric, revealing vulnerabilities he'd hidden for years. But secrets have a way of unraveling. Word spread through our circle, whispers at parties, side-eye glances. Jordan panicked, pulling away one week, only to beg the next. "I don't know who I am anymore," he confessed during a hike in the Olympic Mountains, the mist shrouding us like our doubts. I held him as he broke down, tears mixing with fog, admitting his family's expectations weighed like chains. The drama peaked at a Halloween party in a frat house overlooking Lake Washington. Dressed as superheroes, me as an ironic Captain America. Him as Batman, we argued in the backyard. "This has to stop," he said, voice trembling. "I'm not like you." Hurt sliced through me. But before I could respond, he grabbed me, kissing fiercely under the string lights. "One more?" he gasped. But it felt like goodbye. I walked away that night, heart shattered, vowing to move on. Days blurred into weeks. I threw myself into art classes, sketching portraits of what-ifs. Jordan vanished from our usual spots. Rumors swirling he'd hooked up with an ex-girlfriend to prove something. It stung, but I focused on healing, joining a campus LGBT group where I met Elias, a kind soul from New York who made me laugh again. Then, on a crisp December morning, Jordan appeared at my studio door, eyes red-rimmed. "I've been an idiot," he said. "Losing that bet was the best thing that ever happened." It woke me up. He pulled me close, whispering, "One more round, but this time for real." We talked for hours, unraveling fears, promising honesty. Our relationship blossomed amid Seattle's winter glow. Hand-in-hand walks along Pike Place Market, sharing dreams under holiday lights. Jordan came out to friends, facing backlash but standing tall. "You're worth it," he told me, and in his eyes, I saw our future. Yet challenges lingered. His family visit over Christmas in Boise tested us, awkward dinners, pointed questions. "Who's this friend?" his mom asked, suspicion lacing her tone. Jordan hesitated, then took my hand. "He's more than that, Mom. He's the one." The silence was deafening. But slowly, acceptance trickled in, sparked by his dad's quiet nod. Back in Seattle, we navigated the highs and lows, jealous exes stirring drama, late-night arguments over commitment. But each, one more round, evolved from obsession to tender affirmation. Jordan's growth inspired me. He volunteered at Pride events, advocating for others like him. One spring evening, as cherry blossoms blanketed the quad, he knelt with a ring. "From a lost bet to found love, will you give me forever rounds?" Tears flowed as I said yes, our kiss sealing a bond forged in fire. Looking back, that poker night wasn't just a game. It was destiny's hand, dealing us a love story rich in passion, pain, and profound humanity. In embracing who we are, we found not just each other, but ourselves. As our engagement news spread, the campus buzzed with a mix of congratulations and envy. Elias, now a close friend, threw us a surprise party at his loft in Capitol Hill, where rainbow streamers fluttered like promises. Jordan, once so guarded, danced with abandon, pulling me into spins that left us breathless. "One more round on the floor," he'd tease. But now it meant everything a life together. Yet, shadows crept in. An old high school buddy of Jordan's, Travis from Boise, visited unexpectedly. Tall and opinionated, Travis eyed our intertwined hands with disdain. "Dude, this a phase," he sneered over beers at a local brewery. Jordan stiffened, but I squeezed his hand. "No, it's real," Jordan replied firmly. But later that night, doubts resurfaced. What if he's right? What if I ruin us? We argued fiercely in our apartment, voices echoing off walls adorned with my sketches of him. "You're not ruining anything, you're building it," I shouted, tears stinging. He stormed out into the rainy night, leaving me pacing, heart aching. Hours later, a knock. Jordan, drenched, eyes fierce. "I choose you, Alex. Always." Our reconciliation was passionate, bodies and souls reconnecting, whispering one more like a vow. Summer brought new adventures. We road tripped down the Pacific Coast Highway, Windows down, wind whipping through our hair. Stopping in San Francisco, we wandered Castro Street, hand in hand amid vibrant pride flags. Jordan marveled at the freedom, sharing stories of his repressed youth. "I wish I'd known sooner," he said, voice thick. I kissed him under the rainbow crosswalk. "You know now?" But drama struck in Los Angeles. At a beach party with Miguel's extended family, a drunken cousin outed Jordan harshly, mocking our relationship. Fists nearly flew, but Jordan pulled me away, trembling. "Why does it have to be so hard?" he whispered on the sandy shore, waves crashing like our emotions. I held him as he cried, promising we'd face it together. That night, under stars, we made love with raw intensity, his pleas for one more, laced with desperation and devotion. Returning to Seattle, we sought therapy, unpacking layers of internalized shame. Our counselor, a wise woman named Dr. Ramirez from Texas, guided us through exercises that strengthened our bond. Jordan opened up about his father's quiet struggles, hints of a hidden past that mirrored his own. "You're brave," I told him, and he believed it. Fall semester loomed, but we were stronger. Jordan joined me in art exhibits, his support unwavering. One piece, a painting of our first kiss amid poker cards, sold instantly, symbolizing our journey. Friends rallied, forming a tighter circle against negativity. Then, a bombshell, Jordan's ex-girlfriend, Sarah from high school, messaged him, stirring old flames. "Miss our talks," she wrote. He showed me immediately. Transparency our shield. But jealousy gnawed. Was I enough? We talked it out over coffee at a cozy shop in Fremont. His hand on mine. "You're my everything, Alex." One more round to prove it. His kiss dispelled doubts. As wedding plans unfolded, we chose a simple ceremony at Discovery Park, overlooking the Sound. Invites went out, including to families. Jordan's parents RSVP'd yes. A tentative bridge. Mine, from Portland, embraced him like a son. The rehearsal dinner was emotional toasts to lost bets and found love. Miguel joked, "Who knew a kiss would lead to this?" Laughter eased tensions, but Jordan pulled me aside. "I'm scared, but excited." I nodded, feeling the same. On the eve, we shared a quiet moment on our balcony, city lights twinkling. "From obsession to forever," he murmured, lips brushing mine. Our one more was slow, savoring every second. The big day dawned clear. Vows exchanged under blooming arches, rings slipping on with trembling hands. "I promise endless rounds," Jordan said, voice breaking. Cheers erupted as we kissed, sealing our union. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought bliss, sunsets on beaches, exploring hidden coves. But real life beckoned, with jobs and routines. Jordan pursued graphic design, inspired by my art. I taught workshops, sharing our story to inspire youth. Challenges persisted, societal stares, family strains, but we faced them united. Jordan's advocacy grew, speaking at events about self-acceptance. "Losing that bet saved me," he'd say. In quiet moments, he'd still beg one more round. But now it meant a lifetime of love, proving that from chaos comes profound connection. Years blurred as we built our life in Seattle, a cozy home in Queen and filled with art and laughter. Jordan's career flourished. He designed campaigns for LGBT rights groups, channeling his passion. I opened a gallery downtown, showcasing emerging queer artists. Our one more rounds evolved into morning coffees, evening walks with our adopted dog, Max, a rescue mutt who bounded through parks like our joy. But fate tested us again. A health scare. Jordan's routine checkup revealed a lump. Biopsy days were agony, hands clasped in waiting rooms. If it's bad, promise one more round. He joked weakly, masking fear. Benign. Thank God. But it shook us, reminding life's fragility. We traveled more New York for Broadway, Chicago for architecture, cherishing each moment. Family ties mended slowly. Jordan's parents visited. Awkward at first, but warmed by our happiness. His dad confided. I had feelings once. Never acted. Proud you did. Tears flowed, healing old wounds. Our circle expanded. We mentored young couples navigating similar paths. At a pride parade, we marched hand in hand, flags waving. A teen approached. Your story gives me hope. Jordan hugged him, eyes misty. It gets better, trust me. Drama resurfaced with external threats. A conservative backlash in Idaho targeted Jordan's family business. Boycotts over his lifestyle. He flew home, standing firm in town halls. Love is love, he declared, voice steady. I joined. Our united front inspiring change. Petitions turned tides, proving one voice multiplies. Back home, we celebrated small victories anniversaries with candlelit dinners. Recreating that first kiss. Lost the bet. Won you, he'd say, pulling me close. As midlife approached, we adopted a child. Little Sophia from foster care. Her giggles filling voids we didn't know existed. Parenting brought chaos, sleepless nights, school runs. But Jordan thrived as a dad, teaching her poker, sans bets. Family's what you make, he'd tell her, echoing our truth. Sophia's questions about our meetings sparked retellings. Edited for innocence. Daddy lost a game and kissed Papa, now we're forever. Her wide eyes mirrored our wonder. Challenges with Sophia arose, bullying at school over two dads. We advocated. Meeting principles. Fostering inclusivity. Jordan's obsession shifted to protecting her. His one more, now bedtime stories. A milestone, our 10th anniversary. Friends gathered at the Rusty Anchor, where it began. Toasts rang out. Miguel proposed a poker game. Jordan lost on purpose, leaning in for a kiss. One more round. Laughter echoed. Full circle. Reflecting. Our journey taught resilience. From a dare to devotion, we embodied love's power to transform. In America's diverse tapestry, our story wove threads of acceptance, inspiring others to embrace their truths. Yet, not all was smooth. A career setback for me, gallery funding cut, tested finances. Jordan supported. Freelancing extra. We're in this round together, he assured. His steadiness my anchor. We volunteered more. At shelters and hotlines. Paying forward. One call. A young man echoing Jordan's past, confused. Scared. It started with a bet for me. Jordan shared. Give yourself time. The gratitude in his voice reaffirmed our purpose. As Sophia grew, she joined pride events. Proud of her dads. You're my heroes, she'd say, hugging us tight. In twilight years, we retired to a cabin in the Cascades. Mountains cradling our memories. Jordan's hair grayed, but his eyes sparkled. One more round by the fire. We'd cuddle, recounting adventures. Our legacy. Sophia's family. Continuing the cycle of love. At our 50th, surrounded by grandkids, Jordan whispered, best loss ever. In the end, that bet wasn't chance, it was the spark igniting a life of profound meaning. Proving love conquers all. But wait, our story didn't end there. It rippled outward. Sophia, now an activist in D.C., credited us in speeches. My dad showed me love defies odds. Jordan beamed watching her on TV. Hand in mine. We did good. Alex. Health waned with age, Jordan's arthritis. My vision fading, but we adapted. One more rounds, becoming gentle touches. Shared silences. Neighbors in our community knew our tale, often stopping by with pies and stories. A documentary crew approached, wanting to capture our journey. Reluctant at first, we agreed, hoping to inspire. Filming unearthed old photos, that poker night. Our wedding. Sophia's adoption. Tears flowed as we relived highs and lows. Release night at a Seattle theater was magical. Applause thundered. A young couple thanked us afterward. Your obsession became our courage. Jordan squeezed my hand, eyes shining. As seasons turned, we faced the inevitable. Jordan's diagnosis, early dementia. Panic gripped me, but he smiled. Remember our first kiss. We'll make new memories. We did daily journals. Photos labeled one more round. Sophia moved closer, helping navigate. Grandkids visited, their energy a balm. Jordan's lucid moments were treasures. Love you, Alex. From that bet to now. One autumn evening, as leaves fell like confetti, he passed peacefully in my arms, whispering one more. I kissed his forehead, heartbreaking yet full. Grief was a storm, but legacy endured. I continued advocating, sharing our story at events. He lost a bet, but we won love. I'd say, voice steady. Years later, at my gallery's final exhibit, Portraits of Jordan, through time, Sophia unveiled a plaque to lost bets and found souls. Visitors lingered, touched by our humanity. In quiet reflection, I realized our romance wasn't just passion. It was a beacon, illuminating paths for others. From kismet kiss to eternal bond. It taught that vulnerability breeds strength. Obsession can bloom into devotion. And love, in all forms, holds profound value. As I joined Jordan in eternity, our tale lived on, a testament to America's evolving heart, where a simple dare sparked a revolution of the soul.